top stories. People's Action Movement to officially launch national election campaign. CARICOM nations discuss food security and climate change at conference in Suriname. At least 6 dead in shooting at July 4 parade near Chicago. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, the 5th of July, 2022. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, the People's Action Movement, or PAM, is scheduled to officially launch its national election campaign on Wednesday during a rally at the corner of Central Street and Sprott Street at 6:30 p.m. The event, which is being dubbed Campaign Liftoff, will feature presentations from all 8 candidates, led by political leader and former Deputy Prime Minister Sean Richards. Other highlights will include performances from national and overseas artists, including Farmer Nappy, Moto, De Jour, Ruckus HE, Collision Band, DJ Tero, and Zoo. According to a media release, Mr. Richards has described Wednesday's launch as, quote, a critical step forward to signal PAM's resolve to reclaim the country's dignity and to lift the current burden that is weighing down the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, end quote. Fire substation officer from the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services, Timothy Martin, is warning persons against mixing and storing household chemicals in plastic bottles. He made the appeal during ZIZ Radio's program Fire Talk on Tuesday. Martin explained that harsh chemicals such as bleach can eat away the lining of the bottle over time.
Have you ever stored Clorox in a bottle like this?
Can't say I have.
Alright, but some persons do. And what tends to happen, now Clorox, it generates a heat. And if you leave the Clorox within a regular plastic bottle like that, over time the bottle is going to swinge. You would see it, because it is tightly sealed, it would collapse in, and it would eat away the lining of the bottle.
Wow.
And one day you're thinking, hey, I have some Clorox inside there, let me go use them. You lift up the bottle, your hand nearly break because the bottle is empty.
Mixing chemicals such as ammonia and bleach is dangerous to one's health.
Ammonia it does wonders for cleaning your bathroom tiles, surfaces and things like that. And you might be walking out, hey, I want my tiles nice, my bathroom nice and clean,
extra
and so
punch.
Extra, right. And so you use some
Clorox,
ammonia. And then you walk out, man, with a customer using Clorox all the time to do household cleaning as well. So let me just add a touch of Clorox in there, because Clorox is a good cleaning agent as well. But the type of gas that could give off, it is very dangerous to one's health, very toxic to one's health.
Wow.
You inhale that, your respiratory systems become affected, your eyes, your sinuses, everything.
Wow.
And it could render you unconscious, maybe even killing you. Not maybe, eventually it would kill you.
Wow.
Martin said there are even harsher chemicals out there, and if they're not stored in their proper container and end up mixing with each other, it can be very dangerous. A new group of Rotarians has been installed to take charge of the affairs of the Rotary Club of La Amiga for the 2022-2023 year. The annual handing over ceremony was held on Sunday and was chaired by past President Laverne Keynes. The newly appointed District 7030 Assistant Governor Leah Craig Chatterton installed the following officers who took the oath of office to serve both club and community: President Ryburn Boyce, Vice President Dr. Marcus Natta, immediate past President Claudel Gums, Secretary Kai Mills, Treasurer Nicole Liebert, and Directors Cosbert Woods, Denise Allain, and Dominic Matthew. In his first official remarks, President Boyce thanked the membership for their support, and pledged to continue the work of the organization to make a positive difference in the lives of the people in our community. He also challenged his peers to join him on his journey as the club is entering its 20th year to continue the strong legacy of service with ingenuity yet dynamic projects, increase membership, promote leadership, and build even stronger communities. Moving now to news on the regional scene. The 43rd regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM has been ongoing in Suriname this week. More in this TTT News report.
During Sunday's opening ceremony, CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett said CARICOM nations continue to battle the worldwide problem of food security.
This work has become even more crucial given the global food crisis, first triggered by the supply chain difficulties and then vastly worsened by the Russian invasion of Ukraine, involving two countries that produce a significant amount of the world's grain and wheat.
Dr. Barnett added that while food security is important to the region, so too is the issue of climate change.
The latest report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change last cautioned that without deep and immediate emissions reductions across sectors, limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius will be beyond reach. The impact of that is already manifesting itself in our region.
Grenada's opposition leader, Dr. Keith Mitchell, accepted his instruments of appointment on Monday, repeating his intent for this to be a short-lived position as he prepares to step away from frontline politics. More in this GBN News report.
Opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell received his instrument of appointment from Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade on Monday. In his remarks following his appointment, the opposition leader says it's an instrument he did not expect he would be receiving following the recent general elections. The opposition leader notes that his role and that of his 5 other colleagues are crucial.
Brothers, I see my role and that of my other 5 colleagues as crucial in upholding the tenets of our democracy and promoting good governance at this crucial juncture in our history.
Dr. Mitchell says he embraces his new role, vowing to support the programs, policies, and laws that seek to defend and empower the people of Grenada. He says their voices will be heard, noting that they will stand up against marginalization.
Not tolerate the marginalization of the Office of the Commissioner of Police and the attempt for everyone to give an instruction to top officers of the police force for their own intentions. We will not tolerate this. We will not tolerate for people walking into the cabinet office of the country as party boys. This is not the norm of this country. And we will not tolerate it. Our voices, that 5 voices and my voice will be heard.
He did not intend for his career to end as an opposition leader and foresees his tenure in this position as short-lived.
It is with both an honor and gratitude that I have accepted the mantle to lead the opposition and the parliament of this country for the immediate period. Consistent with Section 66 of the Constitution of this country. However, as the current political leader of the New National Party, I do not intend to hold this position beyond the party's next convention.
Internationally, at least 6 people have been killed and 24 others injured in a shooting in a Chicago suburb. Officials in the U.S. city of Highland Park, Illinois, said after a gunman opened fire from a rooftop on an Independence Day parade. Officials said during a news conference on Monday that 6 people were dead and 24 were taken to hospital after the mid-morning attack, and that a rifle was recovered from the scene. A hospital spokesperson later reported 31 people were injured. Al Jazeera's Shihab Ratansi reports.
Police had released this photo of 22-year-old Robert Crimo III and the make and model of his car late Sunday afternoon. A few hours later, a police officer in North Chicago spotted the car, and following a brief pursuit, Crimo was taken into custody.
The person of interest is now being taken to the Highland Park Police Department, where we're going to begin the next phase of the investigation and speak with this person to make sure or see if in fact he is connected to this incident.
The shooting took place about 9 kilometers south from where Crimo was apprehended at an event in the wealthy Chicago suburb of Highland Park. Witnesses say they first assumed they were hearing fireworks at the annual 4th of July parade.
Oh my God, it's gunshot!
But it soon became clear that this was yet another mass shooting in the USA.
We ran behind the building and I put my son in a dumpster, and he sat there with his dog, and I went back to look for the rest of my family. I left him with someone there so that I can go back to get my phone and find the rest of my family, because they ran away also, and it was just horrible.
Police say the gunman fired at spectators from a rooftop overlooking the festivities with a high-powered rifle. Of the several children taken to hospital, at least one was in critical condition at the time. Medical authorities say the age range of the wounded is 8 to 85.
They were gunshot wounds, and it varied from abdomen to limbs and such, but the crews were on scene very quickly. There was bystanders as well that were rendered aid as well. They were quick to tie tourniquets and do bleeding control.
Just 10 days ago, Joe Biden signed legislation seen as the first major gun safety law in 30 years. However, it did not institute any restrictions on the purchase of assault weapons, as gun control advocates have recommended. At Independence Day celebrations at the White House, the president acknowledged that more had to be done.
You all heard what happened today, but each day we're reminded there's nothing guaranteed about our democracy, nothing guaranteed about our way of life. We have to fight for it, defend it, and earn it by voting.
There are approximately 10 mass shootings a week in the United States, defined as an incident with 4 or more shot, not including the shooter. It's a uniquely American phenomenon, and in fact, on this 4th of July, there were at least 6 other mass shootings around the country, according to the Gun Violence Archive. Shihab Ratansi, Al Jazeera.
And now for the weather. Current conditions are cloudy with showers in the vicinity. The temperature for today is 29 degrees Celsius or 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are a moderate breeze of 13 miles per hour from the east. Seas are moderate with waves of 5 to 7 feet. The weather forecast in St. Kitts and Nevis today will be cloudy spells with showers. Tonight will be cloudy with showers. Sunset today will be at 6:49 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:42 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jason Davis.